Okay, guys, sorry I can't be there with you. Today we're going to look at on Unit 23 spreadsheet modeling, looking at complex formulas. Okay, here are the aims. Now, everything with a pencil is a little blog task for you to do. So there's a number of minor aims, which are explain the meaning of the word syntax, use the insert function option, describe the if formula syntax, create a simpler if function, create a nested if function. The next ones are a bit more challenging aims. So we've got describe a count if function, create a count if function, describe a sum if function, and create a sum if function. Also, as I left over from our previous session, you're going to explain the different paste functions. So let's move on. Okay, so the first things first I want you to do is a little blog task. You've answered this question before, so it's a bit of a recap. Remember, whenever you're explaining things, use P paragraphs, make your point, explanation, give examples. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to tell me what I mean by syntax, because you're going to be explaining the syntax of some brand new formulas. Okay, so you can go and do that. You can pause this video, then come back. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to recap on the insert function button. I've highlighted here on the slideshow, that's the FX button on the little formula bar. If you click that, the insert function button will appear and you can search for any of the hundreds of functions within Excel, or most recently used are listed below. So yeah, make notes of those two. Come back, I'll wait. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do once you've done that is explain the if function using a diagram. This is a diagram that I wanted you to show you in person, but I can't. So in that box right in the center, you've got the function. That's where the if statement is going to be. I want you to identify what the parameters are. They can be called arguments, input, or cells. You're going to list the function name, and you're going to tell me what the output is of an if function, and see if you can do this with a couple of examples. Ahead, because I want to now focus on how we write an if function in Excel. And this is a recap from before. So previously, at the very top, we've got the syntax, basically stripping apart that if you were explaining what this function is, this is what it looks like. So it's equals, because you're telling it it's doing maths, in brackets, the condition. This is the condition you're checking to see if it's true. Then you've got a comma. What happens after the comma is that's what I want you to do if this condition is true. Otherwise, do something else. So in this example here below, we've got sales in A2 is 100. B2 is looking at that value in A2, and you've got equals if. The condition is A2 greater than 100? If it is, I want the text bonus to be displayed. That's what those speech marks mean. If it's not greater than 100, we're going to get no bonus. So the big question is, based on this, what do we think B2 is going to say? Bonus or no bonus? Place your bets. Don't cheat. Give it a go. Blank spreadsheet. Have a go. See if you're right. Reflect on that. Okay? You're only cheating yourself if you cheat. Go away, do that. I'll wait. Oh yeah, what I want you to do is I want you to open up studentdata.xls. That's in the classroom, and we can work on that as well. Let's have a look. Let's switch to that. Okay, so here we have the student records that we've got, and what we're going to do is we're going to use if statements on this. So we've got a list of data, which is list of students and then their mark. So at the moment, what we want to do is I want to check whether they've got a distinction or not. So I'm going to use this data here. So I'm going to start off with Stephen Strange. I'm going to use the FX button, and I'm going to type in if. And this gives me the function arguments. So this is asking me for the logical test. So this is the first part of the formula. So I want to check whether the mark is greater than or equal to 42, because that's the criteria for the level 2 distinction. If it is true, I want the text, so speech marks, level 2 distinction. If it's not true, and I'm just going to put a dash in. Function arguments is it already tells you what the formula result is of Stephen Strange. Because it's 14, I know it's not greater or equal to 42, so it's going to put the dash in. So I'm just going to click on OK. That's behaved as expected. If I go down, I have a look and no one has passed that. No one has got a distinction in these grades. Okay, so what I want you to think of now is a test plan. It looks like it's working, but how can I test that that formula works? So what I want you to do is I want you to go off and I want you to go and create a little test plan for this and put in what would be the test that tests whether this level distinction, these marks meet the level 2 distinction criteria. Okay, go off, do that, blog about it, and I will get you to submit your blogs at the end of the session. Okay. Cool. You go and do that. I'll be waiting here for you. Okay, so by itself, that example isn't too great because it only determines whether you got a distinction or not. It doesn't look at the other grades. Well, if you didn't get a distinction, you might have got a merit, you might have got a pass. For this, we need a nested if statement. That's basically more than one if statement in it. So if we look at our syntax of an if statement, you've got equals if condition equals true. Do this, otherwise do that. Well, what we do is we get rid of the else do that because we want to throw in another condition. So let's say, have you got a distinction? Do this. Well, if you don't have a distinction, we should check if you've got a merit. That makes sense? Let me show you. So here we have our first if statement. If condition is true, do this, bracket. Now, otherwise, we start another if statement. So we're saying now, well, if that condition isn't true, let's check again. Let's check another condition. If that condition is true, do this, otherwise do that. And here's a working example here. So if A2 is greater than 42, give me a distinction. Otherwise, check if it's a merit. If it's not a merit, then it's a pass. So give that a go on the spreadsheet. What I want you to do is I want you to give me a test plan, tell me what's up with it, whether that is a good formula, reflect on it. I'll give you a hint. It's not the best formula. Go off, do that, write it up, blog it down, publish your blog. I'll wait here. Right, well, hopefully you're back. So now what I want you to do is you're going to level up. I want you to create me an if statement for every option. So it's a bit tricky. So basically you're going to look at that mark, check if it's a distinction. If it's not a distinction, you're going to check if it's a merit. If it's not a merit, you're going to check if it's a pass. If it's not a pass, you're going to check whether it's a level 1 distinction. If it's not a level 1 distinction, is it a level 2? If it's not, is it a level 3? Otherwise, it's an unclassified. You've not met anything. It's a bit tricky, but giving that framework that I've given you, you can figure it out. It's probably a good idea to figure it out on paper first before you go typing it in. Remember, proper preparation avoids poor performance. So basically, I'm getting you to design it. But also remember, I want you to design a test plan for all of this criteria. And I want you to tell me what the data is we're going to test and see if it works. Once you've done that, you are going to do a test plan. You're also going to do a Loom video and submit that. Enjoy. I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.